Hi everybody. In this video, I want to talk to you about how you can compose your case solving team, talk to you about the importance of teamwork, and talk about the coaching a little bit. So let's start off with team composition. So the way that we like to put our team together for the Heavener International Case Competition team is, number one, we have an open-close PowerPoint person, and that's their role. So they open and they close the presentation, but also they are an expert in PowerPoint. So they are the ones that are in charge of designing the slide deck. They make sure it looks great and it applies the structure and all the things that we want in it. So again, this person, they are an expert at making PowerPoint slides, and they make these fantastic slides for the team. Second, we have two strategists on the team. And while everyone on the team is responsible for coming up with the strategy and fleshing it out and getting a good strategy, the strategist's job is to get the messaging of that strategy just right. So their main job is helping guide that strategic discussion, but they're in charge of messaging that to the judges and the audience. And then third, we have a finance person. So this is the person that we say is in charge of moving the needle. In other words, they're going to talk about how much the strategy and tactics cost, but they're going to talk about the return on investment. So the finance person, their job is to let the team know what the company can afford, what it can't afford, and also at the end of the day, how the tactics and strategies the team came up with, how it moves the needle for the company. So those are the way we divide up our roles or compose our team. Now a little bit about teamwork. So teamwork is so important when solving these cases. So everyone on the team needs to be dedicated to coming up with the best possible strategic recommendation that they can come up with. So one of the things that we really preach on our team is this idea of extreme ownership. So with extreme ownership, what that means is that each team member takes ownership of their role and their actions and their behavior. So if it's the PowerPoint person, what we know is that at the end of the day, it is up to the PowerPoint person to make those slides. If it's the strategist, they own the messaging for the presentation. So again, extreme ownership, incredibly important. Each person knows their roles and they know they are responsible for carrying that out. Something else that's really important when it comes to the team is creating a very positive team atmosphere. So what I mean by that is everyone is respecting each other, they're acting professionally. Things can get very heated in the room, it can get very intense. But if people maintain their professionalism and treat each other respectfully, that is going to be a very strong team. Also, we seek to have a very cohesive team. And by having a cohesive team, that means they get along very well, both from the task side and socially. So they may go out and do some social activities and just get to know each other. So all of this creates a very positive environment. Now, finally, in terms of coaching, so the coaches are so incredibly important. I mean, the coaches help the teams so much. One of the most important things that the coaches will do is provide the team's feedback. And more importantly, they're going to provide accurate feedback. So after a team practices, it's the job of the coach to let the team know what they did well and what they need to improve on. And by giving very specific and accurate feedback, the coach helps the team out tremendously. The other important thing for the coach to do is to hold the team accountable. Now, what I mean by this is that there are certain standards that the team needs to uphold. right? There's a certain process that the team needs to follow. There's a certain standard or criteria for delivery. Well, the job of the coach is to hold that team to that standard. And by doing that, it makes the team better. So in sum, what the coach really helps with is guiding the team through accurate and specific feedback, and that helps the team to get so much better. So in terms of the team composition and coaching, those are the things to think about. How you want to divide up your team. I explained how we do it, but you want to make sure you create a positive team environment, one where the team will be cohesive. And then finally, as those coaches, the job of the coach is to give feedback, but also the job of the team is to listen to that feedback and to really take it in and apply that to the next practice. By following these things, the team should operate at a very high level.